Under 10 seconds.
10 seconds, that's the barrier, and you're world class if you can run under 10 seconds. You're competitive if you can run under 10 seconds, so it means a lot.
Johnson has made sporting history. He's become the first Australian to break the elusive 10-second barrier over 100 metres. Johnson clocked 9.93 in Japan, smashing the old Australian record of 10.03 held by Matt Shirvington.
Patrick Johnson's best time before this race was 10.05, set earlier in the same day in the heats. No Australian had ever covered 100 metres in less than 10 seconds. This was Johnson's magic moment. He not only broke 10 seconds but went well under, making Johnson the fastest ever Australian, the quickest man this year, and the 17th fastest of all time.
It's the first time Australian has ever run sub 10, so I'm happy to be the first.
It's not the first time Johnson's beaten the elusive 10 seconds mark. He did it twice in Perth in February, even running a 9.88. Both times there was an illegal tailwind. But this race was legal, a tailwind of 1.8. One of the first people to phone Johnson after the race, his coach in Canberra.
He said that, you know, he's happy about the result and it's nice to get out of the way.
Johnson's record time applauded back home.
10 seconds, that's the barrier, and you're world class if you can run under 10 seconds. You're competitive if you can run under 10 seconds, so it means a lot.
Head coach Keith Connor believes Johnson has now turned the corner, and so too Australian athletics. Australia is now just one of 8 countries with a sub-10 runner.
It adds a certain amount of excitement to the future of our sport. If Patrick kicks on, I say if, because it's still a long way to the World Championships and the Olympic Games, and consistency is going to be required at that level.
Consistency is key for Johnson. 30 years old, he started sprinting at the ripe old age of 24 and finally beat Australia's Matt Shirvington for the first time at this year's Nationals.
I think probably some of the criticism of Patrick is he's been hot and cold, and now you're finding he just seems to be hot all the time.
A big test comes on Saturday, up against world record holder Tim Montgomery in the Osaka Grand Prix meet.
To come down from a high like this and to get yourself together to race again is one of those challenges, or one of those many challenges he faces now all the way through to the World Champs. And it'll be interesting to see how he deals with it. If he goes out there and he runs on the 10 seconds again, it's even more confirmation that he's made it. If he goes out and he's just behind 10 seconds, well, it's understandable.
It's another step on the way to Johnson's main goal, the Paris World Championships in August.
I'm pretty happy with the first start of the season being #1 in the world, but like anything, it's about being consistent now and getting against the rest in the world.
Our target is to be in a final, and then once you are in the top 8, anything can happen.
Regardless of that result, right now, Johnson is Australia's #1.
He's ready for a possible showdown with world 100 metres record holder Tim Montgomery in Japan this Saturday. Yesterday, Johnson became the first Aussie to break 10 seconds for the 100.
Patrick Johnson's search for speed continues. Despite clocking an Australian and Oceania record of 9.93 seconds for the 100 metres, Johnson not entirely happy with his performance yesterday.
No, I felt that I wanted to run technically a lot better, and it was just good to get out there and perform well.
Johnson and his coach already resetting their goals. The aim now to reproduce that time against quality opposition on a regular basis.
I'm hoping in the next couple of days they'll get the competition that'll keep pushing me. So I'm pretty happy with the first start of the season being #1 in the world, but like anything, it's about being consistent now and getting against the rest in the world.
We want to achieve, and yeah, we achieved something, but we are striving for the next level.
In 4 days' time in Osaka, Johnson could get his chance to race the best, with American Tim Montgomery, the world record holder in the 100 metres, also competing.
I'm just looking forward to the competition, and I think the world record holder has a point to prove, but like myself, it's all about being competitive on the day.
Looking further ahead, another tough test, August's World Championships in Paris. Johnson's 9.93 second effort, the fastest in the world this year, and also making him the 17th quickest man of all time. In February this year, the Queenslander broke 10 seconds twice in Australia, but on both occasions he had an illegal tailwind. In Japan, the tailwind was okay and under the allowable 2 metres per second. Previously, Aussie rival Matt Shervington had come closest to a sub-10-second run when he clocked 10.03 seconds at the Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur in 1998.
Shervington's run for.
Remarkably, 30-year-old Johnson didn't start training seriously until he was 24. While weather conditions vary significantly at different meets, Johnson's record time would have earned him silver behind Maurice Green at the Sydney Olympics and bronze in the 2000s.
A household name by later on today.